There's a little bit of a pop here. NNVC still looking back here, defending that prior day's highs basically. Still holding on TNXP short. Never got that 2 panic pop for the ad. Chat guy hasn't done much since the open. NNVC still hanging around. Here comes NNVC coming back up. Can't seem to get a full bar on NNVC. NNVC has been the one that's been very difficult to borrow lately. The volume's getting kind of low though. SAEX is creeping back up again, back to 330. Okay. Shorted a couple SAEX there at 330, only got 1,900 shares filled. Chat guys keeping an eye on NNVC still. TWMC, chat guys chasing that. Chat guy chasing TWMC, low volume. Covering SAEX here on that wash from 330 down to 317, 318. So lock that in. Clip a couple $100. SAEX is the weakest one out of the bunch. There goes 3 wash. So left some money on the table there, but did get that top tick short. So up about $1,400 now on the day. Still holding on to the TNXP started short from the 90s. NNVC. It's still just hanging around. So far 3 trades, 3 wins. NNVC is just still letting it do its thing. NNVC creeping up still. And 750 is a pretty big level on the daily chart, and also it's a current high of day. And then we see here it's creeping up again. Chat guy chasing NNVC. Chat guy chasing NNVC. So again, the situation on NNVC is that there's, shorts trapped from yesterday, but then there's longs trapped from days before. So we're kind of in like a gray area. It's kind of a tricky spot to really determine who's more in pain at the moment. It's basically the very definition of a crowded stock. You can't tell who's more in trouble at the moment, and that's why, I'm just taking quick scalps. So you have to figure out, who's more in pain. Are the longs from days before, from $13 are in pain, or the shorts from yesterday in pain? It's kind of tough to determine that, right? So a little bit of a gray area. Yesterday we had about 5 million shares traded. Rather, 12 million shares traded, and then the day it ran at 13, it ran on only 4 million shares. So kind of a tricky area. It's also range bound as a reason. Another reason why it's a little bit difficult. TNXP still holding on, but it's getting kind of annoying, to be honest. Of course, $1 stock is the most annoying of the bunch. It's already 9:48. Wow, time flies. Time is flying. So of course, not adding into this sideways action on TNXP, very dangerous. So holding on to what I have, the starter here. SNOA is creeping back up a little bit. NNVC still creeping up, still lingering around. Watch that 750 area. 750 break should spike it to $8. Should have probably taken that washout long on TRIL against prior to his high. That was a pretty good bounce opportunity. Missed that one. and drop down to 440, and then the next candle rips at 460, 480 rather. So that was actually a good trade. TRIL dipping back down now to 450. Something is on scans. Let's see what is on scans right now. MGEN thicker float hitting scans a little bit. I filled a couple TRIL here for a quick scalp long here at 52. Small size, not looking for much. Still holding on TNXP short. NNVC, still waiting it for do something epic. But yeah, right now not really any A setups out there. Just a lot of just sideways. A lot of stocks with no range. Not surprising. For the quick bounce here in TRIL, just looking for like a couple $100. See, we got a pop over 60. There we go, 60. There we go. Selling it. All right, all out there. TRIL for the quick couple $100. So up $1,600 on the day. So that's 4 trades, 4 wins. It's going a dip buy off of that prior race highs again. Was a little cautious as it was the second test of that level. Still holding on to TNXP short still again. So as you can see, I'm selling a little bit too early on a lot of these plays, but I'm just being extra cautious because of the nature of this current market. A lot of sketchy action. You know, we got like another offering yesterday with Codex doing another offering. So it's been a very sketchy week and just don't want to get stuck in something stupid. So I'm just taking the quick profits. So far, it's still yielded pretty decent amount of profits, $1,600 off of these 4 trades, despite, you know, just piking out and taking the small wins. Don't want to get stuck in something stupid. You know, TRIL definitely a stock yesterday that looked heavy on the breakout. And then, of course, NNVC, this one has bag holders. And everything else kind of has no range. So just being extra cautious here, being risk averse, being smart about it. Leaving some money on the table, but I think it's still the right decision. Don't regret it at all. Taking this approach right now in this current market. Chat guy is not doing anything. Chat guy might actually walk already. Really? Oh, don't do that, man. Wow. W-A-W-O-W, wow. You gotta be kidding me, chat guy. Ah, that's lame. All right, chat guy just called it a day, guys. Hate to say it. NNVC still hanging around. Volume is dropping off pretty substantially across the board. Here comes TRIL. Now back down to that support area. TNXP is still acting kind of annoying. So TRIL still continuing its little heavy tape thing that it likes to do. Not surprising, despite the breakout. It's exactly what it did yesterday in the afternoon. But yeah, not really much going on. MGen back on scans again. So MGen there, cheaper stock. I'm not going to mess with this one. This one is going to be a halt fest situation. The TRL long was basically just a quick scalp off of the prior day's highs. It was a second test, so I didn't want to get dumped on. Sold it for like quick 10 cents, nothing crazy. I mean, let's face it, guys. There's no real A setups out there. These are all just quick Big Mac scalps. There's no real good trades where I can say like, oh, this is it. I'm going to go in with like 20,000 shares and make like $5 grand on it. There's no trade like that right now. There hasn't been many trades like that this entire week. Few and far in between for sure. I mean, they've all been basically small trades that have added up. You can see from my P&Ls that I've been posting every single day, I'm just making like a couple $100 here and there, and they happen to just add up nicely to 2-3K on the day. But there's no real one big money trade that's yielded me a nice like 3, 4, 5K win right off the bat with that nice cushion. So that changes the dynamics of things for sure. You know, when you have a big cushion to start the day, it does help a lot psychologically, and just, you know. And it usually means that the market's offering a lot more opportunities. But right now, just taking the quick couple $100 here and there, and you know, it adds up. But definitely with the lack of high quality plays, just gotta deal with it. You know, it's just the nature of the game. Just waiting to see if NNVC does something. Still holding on to TNXP, man. Been holding on to this thing for like half an hour now. Probably get one freaking flush. Get the hell out of here. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here we go. There we go. There's a dump here. I'm taking half of it off there. 84. Took off half of it off 84. It's taking too long. Let's see if we get 80 flush on the other half. It might get the flush. If it doesn't break 80, I'm just going to take it off, guys. Don't want to get stuck in this 10-cent range. Squeeze from hell BS after 10 o'clock. Always re-hit. $10 now. So really do not want to get stuck in any squeeze from hell situation. Let's get that 80 flush and the rest. Get the hell out of this thing. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. We sustained below 80 on TNXP. If it doesn't, I'm just going to whack it. All right, I'm out of it. TNXP, taking it. So I ended up getting $500 off of TNXP there. Nothing too crazy. 10-cent range stock. Can't expect much out of it. $1 stock. So up $2,200 on a day. 5 trades, 5 wins. Keeping it simple. the KISS method, keeping it simple, stupid, taking small wins here and there. Don't want to get stuck in anything stupid. It's Friday. Gonna be heading out to Joshua Tree after hours, so don't want to ruin my weekend. So yeah, not really any big trades. Biggest win was that TNXP short $500. Everything else was like $400 wins. SAEX is cracking now. SAEX is bleeding out slowly. Volume is pretty much gone and everything. NNVC is just now a total chop fest. Mushu, that's funny. Only you have to be Vietnamese to get that joke. Where are my Vietnamese people at? I know, I'm looking at you, Captain. All right. Okay, Chaser, best 2020 day for him. Congratulations, okay, Chaser. NNVC dropping again. Again, guys, days like this, it's very important to hold back that FOMO, man. It's very, very easy to be like, ah, man, you know, I got up for nothing. There's no trades, there's no opportunities. And then now that it's after 10 o'clock to like FOMO slam something here at the lows and get stuck in a squeeze from hell or a grind back. You don't want to do that, man. I've done that way too many times, and I tell you, man, it's not a good feeling. It burns mental capital. It really wears you out, and you ruin your weekend before it even starts. I'm telling you, don't do that, guys. Right now, it's really tempting to be like, you know, I missed SAEX or something, slam it here, and then all of a sudden it grinds all the way back to like 3.6 or something, and then you're absolutely like burned out from it. So just don't do it, guys. There's no range. Let's look at it objectively, guys. Right now, look at things at face value. There's no freaking range on anything, and there's no freaking volume. There's no freaking range, no volumes. If there's no opportunities, then you can't really take a trade. If you're up zero, you're up zero. So be it. NNVC, watch this prior day highs crack. If it can crack that prior day's highs here, you might see a move back down to 6 flat. Again, the stock does have bag holders. TRIL, unsurprisingly here, trying to crack that prior day's highs as well. This thing's just been heavy on every single breakout. So really at this point, the only things I'm looking at, the only stock I'm looking at is NNVC, see what it wants to do. We might end up wicking back again and trap another batch of shorts for a move toward 8. We'll see. So right now, NNVC, two scenarios. Either it wicks back here, defends this prior day highs level, and just fuels a move back toward high of day, 750, and then potentially move toward 8, next resistance above that. Or it just cleanly cracks here, it goes back down to 6. So I'm just looking for that right now. Looks like it's wicking back again. TNXP, you know, technically this would be a short the pop situation, but it is defending low of day, so I really don't want to get stuck in something. If it's a nice little panic pop back over 2 or something, reject pre-market highs, then we might be able to take one scalp on it. But other than that, don't want to risk getting stuck in this 10-cent range. $1 stock. SAEX, I mean, this one is just bleeding out here. No pops to trade. Volume is abysmal on it. Current candle only trading 22,000 shares. Last candle traded 84,000 shares, so pretty much no opportunities there. And of course, MGen is expected total halt fest, as it did close below 75 cents the previous day, which means that the halt bands were 15 cents. We've talked about this time and time again. Any stock that closes at below 75 cents the prior day will have fixed halt bands at 15 cents starting at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. So that's what's going on in MGen, not mess with that. Yeah, APT with a squeeze from hell here. NNVC could very well trap here. Let's see what it wants to do. It's pushing back over 7. Yeah, MGen, that's why you don't touch the Halt Fest tickers, guys. Don't say I didn't warn you. So I don't even bother looking at it. Waste of time. SAEX popping back over 3. Yeah, we're approaching that time of day, guys. Grindbacks, stupid stuff. Just be careful out there. NNVC, just really disappointing action, man. Expecting a lot more out of this one. It's just going sideways. And as it's going sideways this long, it could be filtering out a lot of the fuel that could be used to send this thing toward 8 potentially. It's just kind of just hanging around. Well, let's just see. You know, it did do a couple of tests of prior day's highs. I could have trapped shorts, but still doing a lot of nothing. But that's really the only stock that's worth looking at the moment for a potential move. Big move, that is. Side stepper, if you want to mute the chat alert noises, click on the gear and go to notifications, scroll down, it's there. The gear in the bottom left. next to your name. Guys, falling asleep here. Give me something. You got like a funny joke or something. This is really, really boring, man. Good God. Oh my goodness. APT popping up a little bit. Not really that tradable. That's funny. Zika or Corona? Dude, Corona hands down, man. But obviously, yeah, in terms of the action, man, this coronavirus hype has been pretty puny to say the least compared to what the Zika virus hype was for the market. Zika virus actually gave us real plays. I mean, this is just crap. It looks like MGen's resumed, just bouncing up a little bit off of that 125-ish support area. SAEX, let's see, maybe we got one stupid move on it so we can short that pop. There we go. It's running up a little bit here. Let's see, 307, 308. Resistance is around 310. Got filled a couple there, 07. SAEX short small. See, you get a couple bucks out of it. That's a good one, Maynard. APT a little bit more. 599 the high on the APT. Wish APT can trade the way it did in 2014, man. That was really epic stuff. It's just a shadow its former self in the past. But yeah, nice little move here. It's wicking back though from 599. SAEX a little bit more. Okay, might get something here out of SAEX. Higher day on SAEX 330, maybe it goes there. Okay, here comes SAEX doing a little bit of a move here. Filled a couple there at 318. Might get to something stupid here on SAEX. Watch it. 330 is the high of day. Got some soft resistance at 340 and then at 360. Pre-market highs 360, 370. TNXP looks like it's just going to bleed out there. NNVC still lingering around, man, like it's been doing all day. Let's hope it gets at least one spike, but the way it's been trading, I don't expect it to really do anything good for us, but let's hope. Comes SAEX a little bit more. Let's see what we got. Potential here. Well, there we go. Shorted that 330 at skip up. Got that 330 short there. So filled some 330s there on SAEX. Nice fill. Obviously save some room in case it goes to 360 or something. So we finally did get something doing something stupid here, and an SAEX with a little bit of a move further than you think. They're going from 2.8 to 3.3, so that's pretty good. Good 50-cent bounce. This might be the last opportunity of the morning here, so let's see what we got. Let's see if this thing ends up wicking back. There it goes. Looking for a flush down toward 310 or 3s ideally. No, I had to locate SAEX 027. NNVC trying again for like the millionth time. Let's see what it wants to do. It's skipping up a little bit here. 730, 740s on deck. It's going to need a lot more volume than that though to bust through it unless they lift the offers. It's trying though. 740s back. It looks like a lot of sellers are at 740. It's all over the soak there. So NNVC creeping up 740s. Let's see if that 740 decides to move. There we go. Okay, it's trying here. NNVC. It's going to be the 1030 squeeze. Let's see if it actually sustains. There's not another wick back. Looks like a wick back for now. Good volume there in that push. Looks like it took out some stops there on that high of day push there. But it's not sustaining just yet. It's wicking back to 740 off of that 762 new high of day. Still lingering around though, it's NNVC. Just get that 310 wash here, and SAEX looking kind of weak. NNVC still acting kind of sketchy here on this high day break, so I'm not messing with it yet. Waiting for a clean move. It's, you know, just hanging around. Haven't been really trusting of these long setups lately. Everything seems to act heavy on the breakout, so I'm not giving anything the benefit of the doubt. Especially NNVC here, we're only breaking out over a new high of day by like 20 cents. So far, not a clean move. NNVC, nice volume again. It just looks like it took out all the stop, but look at the follow-through volume. Very low second volume candle after that break. So it could very well just be a stop hunt. Here comes NNVC looking a little bit better. Still not enough of a move for me to take a long, but it's looking more convincing. Yeah, the next major resistance level is at 8. I would imagine at 8, that being that daily resistance, major prior support acting, should be acting as resistance on NNVC. That should be an issue for NNVC there. So I might be inclined to take a short against that area. Especially with the heavy tape that it's trading on. So let's see if we get an 8 pop. There we go, 790s are up. So you're looking for that 8 pop. There we go. Just got that order ready for an 8 pop. Soaking 95. So it took a small starter, 95s, short on NNVC, really small. I want that 8 pop though. I do think that 810-ish resistance should come into play. You zoom out on a daily chart, you'll see that that is a major line in the sand resistance. Still holding on to SAEX short. There goes the 810s. Here we go. So got that short there on 805s on NNVC. Here comes the wash on SAEX. Covered a good chunk of it on that little dip there on SAEX. Potential halt here on NNVC, so I might stop out a half of this short. It looks like it's a lot stronger than I expected. So if it doesn't wick back here, I'm going to stop out of the short. So stopped out a half of the short on NNVC for now. Now this is looking really strong. This might be a good long now. So I might flip to long here on a good wash. So interestingly, it didn't respect that line in the sand area. See, we got a good wash. We can go long. So expecting a big wick back. Got a couple here on this dip long after stopping out my short. See, we got a nice little wick back here. There we go. The 820s are up. Looks like people really got smoked here. So I got a long here in the 850s, 830s rather. Looking for a pop back. These are getting really nutty now. So I should be able to recover losses on the short side here, going long. Here we go, looking for a pop. 874 current highs. So currently long here, 833 average. Looking for an 860 pop. There we go, 860s on the offer. 860s, filling a good chunk here, 860. Only 1,000 shares left that didn't fill. So I did recover all my losses. All at an NNVC there from 833 to 860. 860, 865-ish. Recovering the losses on the short there. So flipping biases. Still going to go long here on dips. It goes to show you guys, I'm not always right. You know, I had a thesis, thought I was going to reject that line in the sand area, but it looks like it's not respecting that. Next resistance is 880. And then we got 940, $10. So now it could really potentially open up. So I lost about 2,200 on the short. Made back $4 grand on the long, so I'm up $3,400 on the day now. Still holding on to SAEX. Now, if you guys are wondering why I size up on the long, usually when a short, an A setup short or a high quality short setup doesn't work, it always ends up being a really good long setup. So that's why I went in with a little bit more size than that one. I had about like 13,000 shares or something. So let's keep buying dips here on NNVC. There is an air pocket though down to 750, so be careful. I'm probably going to size down on the next dip opportunity, just because of that air pocket now. 880 is a good area to buy on the dips. Halt levels at 942. This thing can really take off to 10 now. 940 is a resistance area, yes. Looks like my halt there. Nope, fake halt. 942s. So again, guys, watch the air pocket. Be careful on this one. 940 is a resistance area. It hasn't had a red candle. It has not had a red candle on this move yet on the 3. $940 resistance there. 880s should be soft support. If it blows through that, you got to be careful. It could drop down to 750. It teased an upside halt a couple times. It can definitely tease a downside halt. You don't get stuck in that. A little bit of a dip here. Sellers are at 9. No balls there jumping at 9. Maybe I should have jumped in with like 1,000 shares. I wanted 880s. That's where I really wanted it. SAEX looking for that flush still. Still have a couple of shares left. Looking for a major wash on NNVC. That's what I want. It's not a big enough wash here off of 940s. So you could have technically bought that dip there at around $9. Kind of hesitated there a little bit. I wanted a bigger wash. You could have jumped in with 1,000 shares. Still could have made $300-400. Still looking for a major wash. Should happen at some point because this thing is obviously up from 750 up to 942. So basically that almost a $2 move. No red candles. Just looking for it, man. It's going to happen. It's getting kind of heavy now. 9 soak though. 890s up. So you get a dump. That dump, man. Give me that dump. No fill there, 890s. Still holding on to SAEX. Waiting for a flush. There comes NNVC. Waiting for a major dump on it. Bigger dump here. Try to get filled a couple 870, no fill. SAEX looks like it might fall off a cliff soon. It did hit that 880 area. It might bounce here. I'm all out of SAEX for now. I just want to focus on NNVC. So I'm all out of SAEX here at 308. So I'm up almost $4 in a day. Just want to focus on NNVC here. I think we do get a good wash on this one. Let's get that wash going here. NNVC, it's definitely due. Here we go. You can kind of tell the tape's acting kind of heavier. Still trying to fill here around 60, not getting anything. I got a small position here at 865. So I filled like 1,000 something shares here, 865. So you get a quick bounce here. So it's bouncing a little bit. It's going to bounce over 9 going here. So in 865, about 1,500 shares or so. Seeing it basically wicking back over this 880 area. Looking for a pop over 9 to get rid of these. But yeah, Maya's right. Definitely does trade thick. I would imagine they'd use this as a big time liquidity event. Here comes the 9 pop. Here we go, selling 9s, all out there. Quick couple $100. Nailed it. 865, sold it there at 902. So nice quick trade there. So basically I pointed out that 880 area as soft support, and then it dropped down a little bit, wicking back nicely. Again, watch that 940. 940 is big resistance there also on the daily chart. All right, guys, so let's see what else we got here. NNVC still struggling a little bit around that 940 area. You see how it just wicks back rather violently there. Hit 946, new higher day for a brief second. All of a sudden the bids dropped to like 890. So very, very dangerous. You don't want to be like chat guy and chasing this thing. It's not going to bode well for you. Let this thing kind of, you know, break out, sustain a little bit. Next resistance around $10. Still really shocked, honestly, how NNVC did not respect that 810, 815 level at all. That's kind of weird, but sometimes that's just how it works. Gotta flip biases. In this case, I'm thinking maybe because there were probably enough shorts trapped between yesterday and today to offset that resistance, most likely. A lot more volume traded yesterday and today compared to the day around at $13, so that's probably the reason why. So next level is $10, $10 around there, 10.10, and then 11s, and then above that you got 12.30s, and then of course that high 13.45. So, you know, it can really start to open up here if it really wants to stop acting heavy. Good volume now in NNVC. You can see that's trading multiple candles over 1 million shares. Dropping off a little bit here as it's going sideways around this 940 area, but this is it's good volume on this one. Again, be wary of the dump on the long side. There is a huge air pocket down to 750 below that 880 support area. So the next 880 test, I'm going to be extra cautious. Good cover there on SAEX. No volume. Took it off there earlier around 308, 309. Again, just want to focus on NNVC for now. This is the flavor du jour at the moment on NNVC. Let's hope we get some more continuation on this. Again, you got, despite this big move though, you got to be mindful of the fact that NNVC has a tendency to trade rather heavy on the breakouts. So I think this breakout was a little bit more clean and organic feeling because of the sheer amount of shorts trapped. But I think once all the shorts get filtered out back to a more, you know, reasonable level, I guess you can say, I would expect it to be back to chop mode. As you can kind of see, it's going back to chop mode right now. TRIL is breaking down as well. So TRL, that one's probably toast there. It's cracking well below prior day's highs. But back to NNVC. NNVC, like I said, this stock, has a tendency to act a little funky on the breakouts. I just do believe that a lot of shorts got stuck here and they got smoked. And then once they're all out, I think we might be back to heavy tape mode. So let's just be objective and look at things at face value. As you can see how NNVC is dropping again. So let's see what it wants to do here on this second test here of 870, 880, the support area. Again, that air pocket, though, has me very, very, very cautious. I do believe we do have at least one or two more dip buying opportunities here, even if it cracks 880. Let's see what it wants to do here. 860, there's a bid there. So it's a scary dip buy here. I'm probably not going to do it just because of that air pocket. See if it drops below whatever it drops to. Hopefully it drops to maybe 8 flat or even 750 ideally. That would be a pretty good bounce opportunity, but it might just hold here. But it is risky to buy given the air pocket on the second, third test, if you will, the same level. So if you're going to go long here, just size appropriately for that air pocket. Could very well get dumped pretty hard. So volume is dropping off here a little bit. Halt levels are at 809 and 989 for what it's worth. You can kind of see this bounce is kind of like whatever at the moment. NNVC, it is defending this support level, but it's just not as good as the last bounce where I was able to get a quick 37 cents or whatever it was, quick bounce back to 9. So it's just kind of lingering around here. Just be careful. It looks a little bit weaker this time around. It looks like some of the fuel was used on that first bounce over 9. Notice the volume divergence here. This current candle trading only 139,000 shares. Last candle trading 389,000 shares on that first bounce. Traded 500,000 shares. Obviously on that squeeze, we had multiple million share candles on the 3-minute. Yeah, proper there at 890, soaking a little bit there. So see if he tries to push it up. So that soaker there, 890, kind of pushing it up here over 9. Let's see if we can hold. Just don't like that. It's doing it on lower volume. That's the only concern here. But maybe that proper has bigger ideas for an NVC. A little bit of a stall here on this 9 psychological. It looked weak for a second there, NNVC, and that proper just showed up. That wall of buyer showed up at 890, and now he's not there anymore. Let's see what happens. Right now, just sitting on my hands, there's no real clean trades on it at the moment. I think the easy money was made on that last move. TRIL now cracking below 4. This one's looking pretty dead. Maybe a short on pops opportunity back toward 430, 440. So you can see that NNVC is not bouncing as good this time around because of the lower volume. It required that artificial bid wall there to pop it over 9, and even then it only moved up to like 9.05. So gonna leave it alone for now. It is almost 11 o'clock. So good that we got this bonus opportunity here. You know, we weren't expecting much out of today, and all of a sudden we got this nice little squeeze to play, so that was good. You know, you never know, right? Sometimes the market will just give you that nice little pleasant surprise out of nowhere. So this is nice to see in NNVC that we still got some potential. You know, we got a lot of these offerings lately, and maybe shorts got complacent this one. I was talking about this yesterday on the mic. It's good to see maybe shorts, you know, slam this one, and then this NNVC, you know, it was over prior day's highs. Consolidated, probably trapped more shorts intraday. Went sideways pretty much for an hour today. And you know, now the end result is we got this nice little squeeze. So good opportunity here on NNVC overall. And now it's just probably needs to consolidate again or give a good washout, trap some more shorts or something. I'm still waiting for that washout. Maybe get one more washout. Before the morning is over here. So let's see, get a nice little wash going here. So a heavy wash back down, you know, to the lower 8s. Obviously 750 is the money spot, but sometimes maybe it'll just wash it to like 850 or something and then wick it back. You can also see that happening. So let's see if we can get that nice wash. And if it traps short, springboards back, then we know this thing has potential to continue in the afternoon. Halt level is currently at 801 and 979. Looking a little bit weaker and heavier now in NNVC. I do think, you know, there's a chance we might get a nice wash out of this. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't at this point. 11 o'clock right now. All of this is basically just bonus action at this point. So we get it, we get it, we don't, we don't. It's looking a little bit weaker though. Let's see if we get it here. This thing was saved by an 860 bid wall earlier. Let's see if that's still there. Still defending that 860 area. Nice little flush going on here. Big seller there, 873. 860 wall there still on the bid. Let's get one nice little yank going here. It'd be nice. No yank just yet, so can't really just jump in here. Get that skip down going. A couple sells here, but it looks like they're soaking again. So they pull that 860 bid real quick. There we go. Dip buy, maybe. I don't know. Nope. Not enough. Not enough here. Yeah, it's not enough. Looks like they're just gonna fake that bid pull there for a second and wick it back maybe. Yeah, not good enough. So yeah, a bunch of people putting big offers on the ask here on NNVC. So You know, again, 11 o'clock, guys, expect some, you know, level 2 games and all these shenanigans as the volume decreases here. Nice fill there, shot at 858. Yeah, it's acting kind of sketchy, though, to be honest with you guys, man. Just get that big wash going. I still want that big wash. It just feels kind of too dumpy to really jump in here with that huge air pocket, man. This is the kind of stock that will just randomly skip down to a downside halt. I really don't want to get stuck in that. That's the whole point right now of waiting for the wash. I mean, could you just jump in here? Sure, this is support, but that air pocket, man. Just don't want to deal with it. We've seen stocks just skip down to a downside halt. This is definitely one of those ones that can do that. We know that this thing's being artificially propped. They could just pull that bid. Next thing you know, it's down at like 750 or something, and you're screwed. 785 current halt levels. At this point, I just want to be better safe than sorry. It's just not really bouncing that well at the moment. Volume, again, is very low now at this point. Current volume candle only trading 100,000 shares. Last one, 269. Before that, 155. So it's dropping below that 200,000 per 3 minutes per volume criteria that we talked about. So it's, you know, acting a little bit too sketchy here for me to take a trade safely. And the keyword is safely. You can take a trade, but when the risk gets too high, it's not worth it. Don't want to get dumped here at 11 o'clock. So I might just wick back and defend here, but my perspective is, you know, I'm waiting for the big wash. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just going to take my money and run. I'm already up, you know, over $4,000 in a day. I really don't have to take any more risks. Friday. So it looks like it's just going to be bouncing up on low volume. So I guess they saved it there. They pulled that 860 bid for a second, dropped it down to like 857 or something. Put the big bid back on, and now it's bouncing up a little bit. But the last couple bounces, though, seemed like they were being forced by these artificial bids that propped it up. So that kind of acts a little bit weird. Now we got a 9 hidden seller on the tape now. You see the 9 soak there. So 9 hidden seller there, kind of pinning it down at the moment on NNVC rather. Let's see if he pulls the offer, lets it skip up, or he decides to just park his ass there permanently and this thing dumps back down. You see how they let it go over 9 for a second, and then he puts the hidden seller back on at 9. That's looking kind of scammy now. The tape's looking kind of scammy. So it looks like they're pitting it with an artificial bid prop at 860, and they're also putting a hidden seller at 9. So they're pitting it in this 860 to 9 range right now. That's the current sit rep on NNVC. You got to respect that. You know, the manipulators got full control here, a death grip on this stock, if you will, on this lower volume action past 11 o'clock, approaching the low lunch hour. hidden seller at 9, bid prop at 860. That's currently the situation that's going on. Punch Drunk asking, if you were a market maker, why would you pin it here like this? It could be a couple things. It could be trying to trap shorts in this range to fuel a move higher later, so they can just lift the offers and do the, the squeeze from hell, stop hunt, liquidity event, whatever they want to do. Or they could just be pinning it in this range so they can sell. So you can't really figure out what they want to do just now because it's, it can be either or, but when I see something like this, I just stay away because you don't know what's going to happen, right? They could either pull the offers, and then if you're short, you get squeezed from hell. You could be long, and then they pull the bids, and then you get the infinite dump. So it's not worth taking the risk here, knowing that the manipulators have full control of what eventually will happen to this stock. It's just pretty much taking a gamble. You're just calling their bluff. That's at that point, you're just not really trading anymore, right? You're just trying to place in your bets and hoping that the manipulator's on your side. Not worth it, right? So let's see what they want to do. At this point, if I had to take a gander, it's probably going to be that they're looking to trap some shorts here because, shorts are obviously in a bind here at this point, given the volume that's traded and the fact that it's traded near the highs. But, on the flip side, there's another argument on the other side of things is that, we're at the daily resistance. There are some bag holders, below 13. Overall, this is a kind of a tough call at the moment. But looking at it face value, let's not try to complicate things, guys. They're pinning it between $8.60 and $9. You don't know if they're looking to trap shorts to fuel a move higher. You don't know if they're pinning it so they can sell in this range. You don't know that. So when you have too many unknowns, too many variables, it's best that you just sit on the sidelines until you get a cleaner read on the stock. Let the stock show its hand. There's no reason for you to take a gamble while it's trading in 50-50 consolidation. It breaks over this range. The guy pulls the offer, let it skip up. Maybe we go long again. It breaks down. Maybe we go short on pops. If it drops down for a washout opportunity to $7.50, $8, we can buy a dip there. It's a quick scalp for 20-30 cents. Those are the scenarios right now that I'm looking at. Again, I'm not a psychic. I don't have a crystal ball. I wish I did. If that were the case, I would know exactly when to go all in and hold till kingdom come. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. All I do is I just devise a plan for every single scenario, both on the long side and the short side. I'm basically like a computer program, guys. I've mentioned this before, the analogy that I use. I'm basically like a computer program. If-then statements, if-then else. That's the way I think. If this, then this, else that. So right now, those are my scenarios right now. Let it do its thing. Let it go sideways. Let other people get chopped up. Don't let that person be you. Let the stock break out or break down, and then we'll react accordingly. In other news, we got TNXP now down to 168, new low of day. TRIL did end up bouncing here back toward 420, so that's a pretty good bounce there off of 390 to 420, not bad. All right, NNVC, they're trying to break it over 9 again. Let's see if he puts that offer again at 9. So it looks like they might be supporting here. Let's see. Give it a second. Nope, not yet. Yeah. So not enough volume. Not enough volume, right? You see that break here on 9. 131,000 shares. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. We need a lot more volume than this. So unless this thing gets artificially propped here or something, it's going to have some difficulty. Maybe they do prop it. Let's see. Big offer at 916 getting taken out a little bit. So let's see what they decide to prop this. Now, if this thing goes over highs, obviously it will probably stop out. People will bring the volume back in. That's what I'm looking for. It looks like there's a seller like every single tick now on NNVC. Now there's a seller at 920. There's a seller at 925 as well. So sellers all over the place despite this upward move here on NNVC. I'm not liking that for the long side. But the good thing is that hidden seller at 9 decided to move. But this thing would probably have to go over. Oh, look at that. That's not good. Yeah, that's looking very weak. Let's see if we get that wash here. Wow. Got filled a couple there at 820 on that washout. 820 filled there long. Sold some there at 845. Sold there at 850. Nice washout long. Bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Ha! See you next time. Puts me over 5 G's on the day. That will wake you up. That will wake you up. See if we get another washout here. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shit. About time we got a good washout long. Didn't get a full fill though, but that was a pretty good win there. Puts me up for $5,500 on the day now. Wow, that was a pretty scammy move, man. Hopefully nobody chased that. This is why we wait for a high of day break, a clean high of day break to go long, guys. I really hope, sincerely hope nobody in this room tried to chase that 9 break, man. Seriously. We always wait for a clean high of day break and a defend to go long. That was obviously not a high of day break. That was just basically a hidden seller pulling out the hidden offer at 9, letting it skip up a little bit. But the thing that sketched me out, and I was trying to tell you guys, is that they kept putting up like freaking offers every 5 cents. The next thing you know, infinite dump, right? So let's say we get a wash now below 8. Don't want to buy. I mean, you could buy this, but a little risky. Look at the follow through volume. It could just bounce from here, but let's see if we get another good wash opportunity. So it looks like it is bouncing on lower volume. You see there's only 887,000 shares traded. 876,000 shares got caught in that dump, man. That's nasty stuff. So it is bouncing. This might be the trap that we need to fuel that afternoon move. Are you worried on a washout long that it will break down further? Which indicator keeps you comfortable in a trade like this? Sure, it could have washed out further, but you know, it washed out to 815. The next support level is 750. That 50-60 cent air pocket, you know, is not as bad as a $1 air pocket. So a little bit less risky there, if you will. 8 being a psychological level as well. 780 is where VWAP is. It skipped down. It gave me the instant bounce in a matter of seconds. So it was a fairly comfortable trade for the most part. So we got that washout long that we wanted. Now let's see what it wants to do now. That could very well be the trap that sends this thing, you know, toward $10 later on if this ends up being a pretty solid short trap. That was something that we needed, definitely. But yeah, pretty crazy sequence of events here starting from that breakout. Lost $2,200 going short, and then basically made back $5,700 going long, and that's insane. That last trade, nice little win there, made about $1,500 on it. See, this is why we trade the higher price stocks, guys. Don't you just love this freaking action, man? You actually have range to play. Unlike this $1 junk where you're stuck making 5 freaking cents. You actually have freaking range to work with, man. And no constant halts, absolutely. Yeah, there is some support there. That's where I expected it to reject on the short side, around that 810 area. So I guess I end up holding up as support for this little bounce. And I guess that 8 psychological and also VWAP 780. So let's see if we get one more trade out of this one. Wash toward low 8s, 750, 780, around there. See what we got. Smaller size on this one just in case it does something stupid. So it looks like it's looking kind of weak again. There we go. Long 790, long 790. Long 790 there. See a little bit of a bounce after half size this time just in case it dumps further. It looks kind of weak. But I did get that fill there. Looking for maybe 30 cents, 40 cents. Bid prop there, 802. There we go. Yeah, pop over 820 would be at least decent. There we go. Can't get filled though. Ah, come on, give it to me. Come on. I don't have as much size as last time, so I'm not that concerned, but it would be nice to get a nice little win here. 820 pop a little bit. We got filled a couple hundred. Come on now. All right, I'm out. All out there. All out there. Quick $1,000 or so. All out of NNVC. Got that washout to VWAP. I think that's probably the last washout. So maybe about, what was it, like $2,300 or so on that last 2 washout lows. Hopefully you guys took it with me. Up $6,000 on the day. Oh, this is awesome, man. That more than pays for the mods on my M3. Loving it, loving it. Gonna finish this week, another all green week. About 18 G's on the week. So all the naysayers and haters out there that are just doubting my abilities, you guys have got a front row seat watching it every single day, man. You guys know 97% win rates are a very real thing, and they're very possible. You just got to be really smart about it. I know to some of the people out there, it's hard to believe, but you guys got a front row seat, man. You guys know it's possible. You just got to wait. That's all it really is. I think that's probably the last washout long, though. I mean, there's not really any more places it can wash out from unless it goes to 750. But we already bounced once from 815 up to 880, and then we bounced here from technically 780 to 825. I mean, what else can you really expect to bounce to? Maybe 750 to 8. But we're running out of bounce room here. Jerry asking, did you hit the offer in the last trade? I think I might have hit the offer. I don't know. That happened really quick, so I have to check. Let me check, actually. Did I hit the offer? That is the question. Yeah, I did hit the offer. I did hit the offer, and then I got the rebates on the sell. Ponto, if you're losing in the washout, you're probably like a bit too slow and you're chasing it. It's no longer a washout long dip buy if you're chasing the move after the bounce has already happened. Or if you're, you know, firing the bullets a little bit too early, it's not going to work either. You have to basically wait for the skip down, the brief half-second stall, and then that's it. And if you miss it, you just got to let it go. Happy birthday, Maya. Cha-ching, man. Nothing better than the market gifting you a nice little present on your birthday, man. Beautiful stuff, man. Awesome. Maya's been one of our OG members, man, from like the very beginning. So thanks a lot, Maya, for being a very integral member of MadazMoney and contributing. Randy A, big guy. Thanks, big guy. Long, 793 out, 827 in a minute. See, isn't fast money fun, man? Seriously, isn't it so much better than the freaking mental capital burning 10-cent chop and grind bullshit, man? Seriously, this is awesome, man. This is exciting, you know? This is like edge of your seat type stuff. Be able to make like 30, 40, 50 cents in like 30 seconds, man. This is what I live for. This is the stuff that wakes me up. Everything else is putting me to sleep. Give me some real trades, man. Finally, we got something. Just a precursor, man, to the BPTH type stuff in March. Just imagine in March, man, when you got washout longs all day long on a stock going from like, you know, what, 5 to 100. Yeah, I got a feeling, man. I think I'm gonna have like a 6-figure day this year. You know, I getting the sense that it might happen. Fingers crossed. So far, my record is Elfin 75K or whatever that was. Could have made 100K that day, but kind of piked out on one of the trades. But it's gonna happen. I promise you, it's gonna happen one day, sooner or later. Esteban Q, I can't trade like you since I'm below PDT, lack of experience and speed, but definitely great learning here. This is really day trading, so glad I joined this chat room. Thanks, Michael Yo, short period all day. Hey, and all who participate in chat with your experiences and knowledge. Punch Drunk, Gal, and Randy A, just to name a few. Glad you found a home with us here at MadazMoney, Esteban Q. Definitely, this is, without a doubt at this point, man, one of the best, if not the best trading rooms out there. I'm not saying that to toot my own horn here, but I think we're doing a hell of a job. We got a great team. We trade real strategies. Not only that, if you don't, you can't do the stuff that I do. At the very least, you stay on the right side of the frickin' trade, which a lot of other rooms aren't capable of telling their members to do, apparently, from what I've been hearing. I'm not going to name any names, but at the very least, guys, we keep you guys on the right side of the trade. We see a bunch of other rooms sending their members to the slaughterhouse. We don't do that here. Nobody gets left behind. Please ask questions if you guys don't understand something. You guys know me. Even when I'm on vacation, I will answer your questions. Just reach out to me, guys. I won't bite. But this room, we have real strategies that actually work. And again, if you can't, even if you can't do these fast ninja lightning quick scalps, you can at least understand, hey, this stock is a long, I'm going to stop shorting. Hey, the stock is a short, I'm going to stop longing. Things of that nature, at the very least, will keep you on the right side of the trade and will keep your account safe. So if anything, just take that from this room, okay, guys? Stay on the right side of the trade. Remember, I always say, you're going to be wrong, don't stay wrong. I was wrong on the short. Got to admit that. You got to admit defeat when you're wrong. I was wrong on the short NNVC. It took a $2,200 hit. Flipped long, made $6,400 back. That loss is long forgotten now at this point. Sean Kennedy, do you use hotkeys? No, I do not use hotkeys. Surprisingly, I do have them just in case. I do program all of my hotkeys, but actually, surprisingly, do not use hotkeys. That's also in the fact section. If you guys look at the fact section on our website, I do answer that question. NNVC right now, I do believe this might have trapped enough shorts here to fuel a move higher. So hopefully this thing is not done. I really hope these guys just don't use this as a liquidity event to dump into the next pop and allow this thing to keep going. We needed to refresh some people, filter some people out, and I think that wash might have done it. HF Wall Street, the week after the XBPTH to M3 is going to be replaced. I do have a goal of breaking $1 million this year, hopefully, if the opportunities arise, and probably gonna buy a pretty nice car. Not going to say what yet, but I'm not going to replace the M3 though. I need that car as my daily driver. Having a lot of fun modding it right now. It's not done yet. I got some more mods. I'm going to install it soon. Cult Classic, is there a promise for me as a day trader scalp to only be long? I've never shorted, plus I don't have 25K, yet I'm up $500 this week, $300 last week, steady so far this year. Absolutely, man. Yeah, honestly, if you really think about it, if you only traded BPTH, MBOT, SES, KRTX, what else am I missing? Those tickers, right? RKDA, all those epic long tickers, and you only traded that and did nothing else for the rest of the year, I honestly think that you'd still be up 6 figures on the year. I shit you not. I need to think about it. Well, I mean, I made 50K on BPTH. I made 25K on KRTX. I made some more money on it on another day as well. The other day as well. SES, how much did I make on that? Another 20-something grand. MBOT, how much did I make on that? Another 5 figs. I mean, that's already like over 6 figures right there. So. TNXP bleeding out, TRIL bleeding out. I think NNVC at this point needs to probably just chill out for a second. I think I might just call it a morning here for now. Set an alert at high of day, come back if it breaks. If it breaks, man, this might be a potential 5-figure club day. We'll never know, but we'll see. Right now, though, the volume is dropping off a little bit too much. That last washout, I believe, was probably the last washout opportunity. So at this point, it needs to break high of day. I'm going to set an alert here for a clean high of day break. Now run back to my desk. But if you guys got any questions, let me know in the next couple of minutes. It is 10:30. I'm pretty tired at this point. I do have a very long drive to Joshua Tree later on, so I do want to rest up for that. I do want to say that I will be on a tech detox this weekend, guys, starting from after hours, so I will not be available to answer DMs, tweets, emails, anything like that. I won't have a computer with me, no cell phone reception. So if you guys got any questions, please ask me before market close today. Hopefully we got some more action at NNVC so we can pad the wallet a little bit. But right now at this point, the current situation is simple. It needs a clean break over high of day, which currently stands at $9.46 for a move toward $10. I do believe that last washout did trap some more shorts, but it probably needs to consolidate, go sideways for a little bit, trap some more, and then we can get that move that we want to 10 and beyond. So at this point, I think we're pretty much just out of opportunities. The current volume candle, you kind of notice it's only trading 63,000 shares. So I do have my alert set. Got my annoying sound alert set there for a high of day break. So I'll run back to my desk should that happen. And if the action is BPTH-esque type action, then I'll head back on the mic, give you guys some bonus coverage. Crew saying what size your account when you made those plays. Believe it or not, guys, the day I traded BPTH and made like 51,000 or whatever it was, I only had $36,000 in my account, so that was a pretty epic day. So yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, granted I did use margin, but going from 36,000 and making 51 grand on a $36,000 account in one day is, yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I regret was not having more in my account that day, because that kind of happened out of left field. I wasn't expecting it. Polka Dots, what are your thoughts about the account that's under the PDT rule? So again, guys, I started under PDT, $6,000 in my E-Trade account in 2011, March, I believe. And I only traded the big epic bounce plays, and it's basically just taking the big washouts. Granted, back then, OTCs were a little bit easier to play the bounces and to maximize the gains, easier to bottom tick, top tick. But you can still do that today, man. If you only use your day trades on the epic bounce plays, you can very, very nicely, pad your way to above PDT. It will maybe take a little bit longer than it did back then, but that's what I would do. Take the high percentage setups. Take the plays with the best reward potential. Just keep doing that over and over again. Refresh, rinse and repeat until you're over PDT. $6,000, guys. $6,000 went over PDT in about 6 months back in the day. I would say now, realistically, it probably would take you, anywhere from 6 to 12 months. But if you have the patience, pick the creme de la creme of plays, you can do it. You're doing the right thing, man, Polka Dots. You're doing the right thing, man. If you're being disciplined and not burning your day trades like everyone else, you're doing the right thing, 100%. No, I've never used an offshore broker, and I would never recommend anyone to do so. I know some people have good experiences with it, but I don't do that. Now, if you got like $2,000-$3,000, you don't mind losing. You don't mind them packing their bags and hightailing it with your money. And by all means, that's your money. I don't want to tell you what to do with your money, but at the time I only had $6,000. I couldn't afford to lose it. I could afford to trade with it, but I couldn't afford to like lose it in that manner. So I didn't want to take that risk of going to like short trader or whatever. If you're not from the U.S., there are definitely lots of brokers that take non-U.S. Like, for example, Centerpoint takes non-U.S. clients. If you're not from the U.S., there's definitely a lot of options. There's lots of brokers that accept international. But again, guys, it's up to you. If you don't mind losing the $2,000 or whatever small account you want to have with these offshore guys, by all means. But it's just not something I would personally do. Video games helps because it really helps with your speed when it comes to using a keyboard and mouse. Especially games that are very APM intensive like StarCraft. And games that require you to have very fast reaction times like any first-person shooter games like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, or whatever the kids play nowadays, PUBG, Fortnite, Overwatch. Oh yeah, Dota, man. Dota is another game that will end your life. Dota and WoW, man. I saw like so many people just pretty much no life, man, for sure. All right, guys, 10:36 on the clock. I do think NNVC is gonna go sideways for like a little bit, so I'm gonna walk for now. Got a lot of DMs I gotta get to. Great questions, guys. If NNVC continues, which I really, really hope it does, so we can pad the wallet a little bit, get some more action on this Friday afternoon. Then I'll be back on the mic, give you guys some bonus coverage. But until then, guys, gonna take a quick nap, and I'll be back. Thanks a lot, guys.